You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little, expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. Get addicted to the content, gotta binge watch it. You don't like it, then you want to invite it. Bet your friends watching in the house and your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HD content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn it back until you start trying. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hey everybody, what's up? What's going on? Welcome to the hood table. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I always got a stray hair in my doggone. Hold on. I always got a stray hair in my eye. Hey Carla, good evening. How's it going? I'm up here making my drink, y'all. Making my drink, trying to open this pop. How's everybody doing? Happy Friday. We done made it to the weekend, y'all. Hopefully nobody has too much to do this weekend, like a lot of work or anything like that, and you can relax, especially if you're having some really nice weather like we are having here in the ONE. And Miss Sislo, hey, thank you. You said come in, cop a seat, like. Yes, please like the video, share the video. And of course, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please hit the subscribe button and then hit the notification bell so you can know every time we go live. So thank you. But yes, you're doing fine. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I know if you were in our The Hood Table Facebook group earlier. By the way, we have a The Hood Table Facebook group. Everybody look up The Hood Table on Facebook. Click the join button if you want to join, and I will add you to the group if you like, because we do talk about a lot of things in the Hood Table group. We do a lot of promotions for people who are like, you know, small business people, or even if it's a bigger business, I guess, you know, we just support people, you know, in the group, whether you are a lawyer, attorney, a doctor, a daycare provider, you know, whatever, nail tech, beautician, whatever. We support. As a matter of fact, hold up, y'all. Let me show y'all something that I bought today. I actually was supporting a small business today. So let me show you. Let me see. And I just dropped my doggone phone. Okay. All right. Y'all ready? I got me some, there's a lady who goes by the name of Kenyatta. And some of you might know Kenyatta, even if you don't live in Omaha, Nebraska. Now, if y'all remember a long time ago, probably about, I don't know, maybe 6 months or so ago, give or take, there was a young lady or woman who was on GMA. And the reason why she was on GMA, which is Good Morning America, because she had been labeled the Scooter Girl. And if y'all remember the Scooter Girl, there were some people getting married in our city. And there's this lady, and she was on the scooter, and she went right by when they was taking pictures, and they got her in the pictures, and she was like waving and stuff in the pictures. And so the picture went viral, and she was turned the name Scooter Girl. And so Good Morning America reached out to her, and they brought her on the show, and she rolled out on a scooter and everything. But it was so fun. Anyway, Scooter Girl, who was on Good Morning America, is from here, and she sells classes. So I don't know how the green screen is going to do with these glasses. I'm going to try to see if y'all can see them real good. But these are one of the pair of glasses that I bought from Scooter Girl, aka She's So Hollywood. So this is one of the pair of glasses I bought today, and she sells all kind of designer style sunglasses, and that's one of them. So I was supporting a small business today and bought a couple of pair of sunglasses from her. So I told her I would have her on, and I told her I want to bring her on the hood table so she can advertise her sunglasses because she has so many different colors and styles and bling, no bling, lots of bling, small bling, just all kind of different styles. So yes, I do support She's So Hollywood, aka Scooter Girl. So anyway, we got a couple of hot topics that we're going to be discussing tonight. And if anybody wants to jump on the StreamYard and discuss these topics with me, feel free. I did drop the link in here, but I'm going to drop the link in here one more again. Oh, and also my co-host, Carmel Diva. She's not going to be with us tonight. She recently, like very, very recently, had a death in her family. And it was due to the coronavirus. So a lot more people are experiencing that, losing loved ones to the Rona. And it's really sad because, when people get it, you just don't know if they're going to be cured, if they, like for instance, Miss Sislo, my moderator, her daughter's been in the hospital for a very long time. She had a severe case of corona, and she came online and she talked to us about it on the StreamYard, and she was having like really bad issues with breathing. So they had to have her on tubes, they had to have her oxygen, they had to have her. So, certain people, the Rona affects certain people, different from others. Some get it and just snap back, and some they end up passing, and some they end up, in the hospital, confined to the hospital. So yeah, so let's keep my co-host Carmel Diva in our prayers, while they're grieving over their loved one who they lost to the coronavirus. But she'll be back with us. I told her take her time, whenever she's ready to come back, whether it's tomorrow, next week, the week after, she'll be back. But in the meantime, I am free to have any co-host on the live that I want, and I'm going to give you the 4 topics that we're going to talk about. At least 4 topics, unless some other stuff come out. You know how it goes on Friday Night Live. Hey, Miss Sislo, there's a StreamYard link if anybody wants to jump on the stream. You just got to give it permission to have audio and visual permission for your phone or your laptop or your iPad or whatever, and jump on the stream. But yes, we're going to be discussing Boosie. Oh, Boosie. We'll also be discussing the rapper 6ix9ine. We're also going to be discussing the Love and Hip Hop star from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, the one who was charged because he used $2 million in coronavirus bailout money, supposedly, allegedly, for himself instead of for his company. So, and then, I don't know if y'all seen this, but this most recent video that somebody sent to me, matter of fact, let me see if I can pull it up. This most recent video that somebody sent to me is of a black man, a black guy. He was delivering furniture or appliances to this real, upscale bougie neighborhood. And these neighbors, being nosy, started questioning him why he there. They basically parked behind him so he couldn't leave the neighborhood because they thought he was doing something in their neighborhood that he shouldn't be doing. Didn't we just have a situation about that just a little while ago? I mean, literally, didn't we just have a situation like that? So I don't know, and I'm still like, I want to discuss that too. The one with the black guy who was said to be jogging, and then they found footage of him actually inside of a garage or something like that, where there was a lot of wood and a lot of lumber and stuff, because the white guys who shot him, they had said that they had they had tried to stop him because he was stealing or breaking and entering or something like that. And then it was said to be that he was just out there on a stroll. He was just out there jogging and minding his own darn business. And then we see in the video, this white guy, kind of like stepped in front of him while he was running around their truck. And next thing you know, they're struggling and he gets shot. I don't know how many times. So we're going to have to get caught up. We're going to have to do an update on that too, because I've been hearing a lot of stuff going around. But I want to know make sure you guys like and share the video. And subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And I need to know, first thing first, I want to talk about Lil Boosie. Lil Boosie badass. He's been bad. Worse than bad. I need to know, how do y'all feel about Lil Boosie? Now, again, if you are in our Facebook group, the Hood Table Facebook group, we've been having a conversation about Lil Boosie badass. And let me just read some of the stuff that people have been saying about Boosie, because what I did was not only post a video in there, the link to what had happened, which was him paying some grown women, some whole grown women, paying them money to have sex with his son and to have sex with his nephews. Now, I had posted a question in our The Hood Table group where we talk about a lot of different topics from the hood and beyond. And because I wanted people's feedback, and I mainly wanted it back from the men. I mean, ladies, y'all can chime in also, but I wanted some feedback back from the men. So this is what I posted. And y'all just let me know how y'all feel about this. Somebody has said, in regards to Boosie and him paying women to sleep with his nephew and to sleep with his nephews and his son, they had said, hold on, here we go. They had said that some black men tend to think that sex is a rite of passage for little boys or young boys. So I want to know what y'all think about that subject, because we all feel like from Boosie that is wrong, that what he did was wrong, that what happened basically was statutory rape, and that he should be charged, the lady should be charged, the mothers, and that's another question I have. I wonder how the mothers felt about this, or was this something that happened before? Was this a one-time thing just to, I don't know, make them a man per se? Because if the mothers do know about this, shouldn't charges be brought up on them too as well? If they're gonna be brought up, I mean, if I'm just saying, if they don't say anything, and they're like, oh, okay, our sons have sex with grown women, their dad paid for it, like if they don't do anything, if Boosie is gonna be charged, I just feel like everybody needs to be given some type of punishment. Everybody, from the grown women who are sleeping with these 12 and 13-year-old boys to I don't know. And a lot of people said Boosie, something, I don't know if Boosie was this way before he went to jail, but a lot of people feel like Boosie went to jail and Boosie went through some changes. And he came out that jail a totally different man. So I need to know how y'all feel about that, because remember when Boosie was talking about how he was in jail, he was disgusted when he looked over and he saw some man grabbing his ankles and somebody, coming behind him, and they was getting it on in the jail. Like, we know that happens in jail. So, they think, he has said on the live that he was disgusted. He can believe that happened. He was telling his lawyers, get me out of here. I don't care what kind of bail I got to pay. Get me out of here. But some people feel like Boosie had something happen to him, allegedly, in jail. And they was like, the boy weighed about 125 pounds soaking wet. He's little, he's short. He was up in there with all them thugs. And Boosie, he makes himself appear a thug too. So I don't know. Every rapper is a thug, right? You ain't a thug. You ain't a rapper if you ain't a thug. At least that's what it appears, because every rapper is always rapping about thug life or out there in the streets, throwing money up in the air, making it rain on hoes and all kind of other stuff. So, every rapper think they're a thug, even if they're not a thug. So I don't know if Boosie's really a thug or not, but that's the least of my concern. What I'm more concerned about is, how do y'all feel about Boosie? Like, I was watching somebody's show, and I can't remember who it was because I watch a lot of YouTubers, but they had mentioned how they think Boosie is like a lot of guys out here who like that comment that I said that I heard, and I wanted your opinions on. Like, they said some black men thinks that it's a rite of passage for young boys to have sex. They think it's a rite of passage. So it's okay if they 12 and 13-year-old boys are out there having sex, because that's their rite of passage. That's just something, they're supposed to do. But with women, I mean, we don't feel like that about our sons, do we? I don't. I don't. And so and if I had a daughter, I only got sons. I got 2 boys, 2 sons, 24 and 19. And I've never felt that way. As a matter of fact, I tried to deter them from doing it. And I even though when I knew they were out there probably getting some honey, I knew they was dipping in somebody's honey pot, once they got older, like 16, 17, 18, but it's like, what can you do? You can only talk to them and tell them the precautions. I've been talking to my sons about sex today. Since they were like, I don't know, probably 11 or 12. I took them on the internet. I showed them different things, different pictures of different diseases. So I spent a lot of time during rearing them, telling them about sex, telling them about diseases, telling them about drugs, all that stuff that you're supposed to do. But I never told them it was their rite of passage at like 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 years old to have a sex, because they're a young man. So I need to know how people feel about that. If you come into the show after the live is over with, feel free to comment in the comment section under the video. But I really need to know that, because when I posted that question in the group, I'm going to just read some of the comments in our The Hood Table Facebook group. Again, if you want to join it, look up The Hood Table. Matter of fact, let me just get the link for y'all. I'm going to just get the link. Well, I'm going to get the link after I read these comments, because I don't want to have to go out and then come back in. So I posted that I heard somebody say that some black men tend to think that sex is a rite of passage for little or young boys. And I said, your thoughts. So some of the thoughts of the people in the Hood Table group. One of them said, it's just sad. It's not a rite of passage. It's destroying our community in more ways than one. How you going to get mad at Gayle King and turn around and do the same thing, except in a different manner? Or I think they said manner. Somebody else said, great question. In my experience, I have some male friends that do believe that sex is a rite of passage for their sons, of course. Double standard. Not cool for their daughters, though. And they also said they remember growing up and some of their male friends' fathers were also that way. I need to ask my stepdad, how did he feel about that when they were around 12 and 13 years? Oh, I should have asked him before I came on the show tonight, because I certainly would have, enjoyed hearing what he had to say about that. I think he would have probably said no, but I'm not sure, because my brothers by the time they were 12 and 13, by the time they was 12 and 13, there was really no controlling them boys. We couldn't even find them. I remember my mom, she used to call me up, Tanya, I don't know where the boy's at. But they over their friend house, and I keep telling them to come home, but they won't come home. I'm like, that's how my mom talks. She was real soft spoken, real, totally opposite of me. Totally opposite of me. So I would have to go down there to her house. Then I would have to go to where we thought the boys was. And then we get over there, and the lady's house where they was, the mother of their friends, the boys was over there kicking it, getting high, getting drunk, had girls in the basement. I mean, they just doing whatever. So, of course, my brothers was trying to be over there because they was getting to do everything that they wanted to do, what they saw their friends do. But I would have to go over there and we'd be like, okay, if you don't send the boys back home, my mom's going to call the cops because you're harboring, you know how they say, you're harboring a minor and whoop, 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 whoop. It was, like I said, my brothers, by 12 and 13, it was like no stopping them. They was doing whatever they wanted to do. But anywho, how do y'all feel about that phrase? Let me read another question. Read another answer. Somebody said, this is a great topic to discuss. Boys go unnoticed that their innocence is taken away with women having sex with them. That also goes with babysitters and siblings, friends. Is not right. Now, somebody else said, our young men are being sexually preyed on, and I sure as hell don't see it as a rite of passage. Young men can be manipulated and used by sexual predators just like young ladies. They said they have a friend whose teenage brother got turned out by an old-ass predatory... Hold up. I didn't read that part before because you got to click the link for more. I didn't even see there was more on there when I read it before. She said she has a friend whose teenage brother got turned out by this old ass predatory heifer, and he was lost to his family for years. They said if you wouldn't want your daughter between the crosshairs of some older man, why turn a blind eye on your sons? Yeah. Somebody else said, matter of fact, our co-host, Karma Diva, she commented on the post in our The Hood Table group. She said, this is flat out statutory rape, no matter how you look at it, and he should be charged with sexual exploitation of a child. If these were girls, we wouldn't even be having a discussion. And that's the main thing about this. We wouldn't even be having this discussion if this would have been a girl. If somebody would have paid some grown men, some whole grown man, to have sex with a 12 and 13-year-old daughter, come on. The double standards, it don't make no sense. Just because they boys, he feels like they old enough to have sex at 12 and 13. Now, I'm going to go back to the jail time that Boosie spent in jail. And a lot of people claim to believe, allegedly, not only did Boosie see somebody with their hands on around their ankles and bent all the way over, getting it in with some other guy in jail, but they also believe that he was traumatized in jail, not because of that, because Boosie claims he was traumatized by witnessing that. Now, I'm not going to say men couldn't get traumatized by seeing two guys getting it on anywhere, in jail, at the neighbor's house, outside, on a porno. I'm just saying, I guess they could get traumatized, but because of the things that Boosie does, some of his actions that he does, like some people think that it is so bad, it would be like the worst thing ever for their children, their boys, to turn out gay. So what they do, they have these young boys start having sex early with these grown women because they're trying to deter them from being gay. And it sometimes has to do with a parent being homophobic or having something traumatic happening to them in their past. So again, y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. I think it's horrible what Boosie did. morally, it's morally wrong, it's legally wrong, but I don't know. I think all parties involved, even if the mothers knew, like if I knew my man, if I knew that my son's fathers, and I only got two, I don't have no girls, I got two boys. But if I would have known that they paid some grown woman, some grown ass heifer to have sex with my sons, everybody getting it. Everybody getting it. From the oldest woman to the youngest woman. Everybody getting it. Boosie getting it, or my baby daddy, whoever, he getting it. The ladies getting it. Everybody getting it. They all gonna be downtown locked up because no way. Because what this also to me can lead to is boys ended up being men who paying for sex, paying for prostitutes, paying for hookers, paying for call girls, paying for whatever you want to call them these days. I don't know what they call them. Either working girls, I don't know what they call them, street corner girls, but it can lead to that. It can also lead to hold on. They can also be traumatized because of that. I wasn't eating nothing or drinking nothing and choking. But anyway, they can be traumatized. It can lead to traumatization. It can lead to them paying for sex. It can lead to them being addicted to sex. It can lead to a lot of negative things. So, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, let me read some more comments. Okay, somebody said they agree with everyone who commented prior to them. Not only is it sad, but they believe it may be more common than we all think, and that we have a long journey to the light. And the last comment on the post in our The Hood Table Facebook group, somebody said, and that this is from Miss Gen Xer, who be in the chat a lot. She said, I saw a video on this the other night, totally disgusting. I know someone who thought that sex with a woman would be a great birthday gift for my brother when he was a young teen. But she's so disappointed by the adults who are so lost to think this is a good idea or a rite of passage. Let children be children. And what type of woman would even agree to molest a child for pay or not? I think that was the best comment on that post. She hit the nail on the head right there, Miss Gen Xer. I don't know if she's watching or not, but if you're watching Gen Xer, you know you can jump on the live stream. Oh, hey, Maurice, what's up? How you doing? You said that hairstyle is you feeling that. Oh, you didn't see me when I had my glasses on. Hold up. Let me show you my new glasses I bought today. I'm going to show you my new glasses I bought. I already wore them for the other folk. Hold on. I'm going Hollywood on y'all. Hollywood. I love playing around with y'all. Hey, Miss Seslow.
Hey, sweetheart, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm good. I don't know why can't hear me. Well, I can't hear me.
Well, we can hear you.
I can't though. I can't hear for some crazy reason.
You can't hear,
but
you can hear me.
Let me try to get this mic thing going. I mean, this I'm sorry, I don't want to make y'all dizzy. I don't want to make you dizzy while I'm trying to make it happen.
Girl, do you see my under eyes? Y'all had me crying on the live last night. Who all watched the live last night?
I'm sorry.
I was crying. I was like,
my crazy butt was crying too. I was crying too. You know what I'm gonna do?
Happened.
Give me 1 second. I'm going to go on another device.
Okay,
This is not working.
Yeah, just log out and come back in.
I can't. I'll call you. I'll call right back. So I wanted to talk about that.
Okay.
Boosie thing.
Okay.
Okay, Annie.
All right. So I'm gonna kick her off. You said, "Can I have your autograph?" You sure can. You can have my autograph. How much you willing to pay for it though? No. But yeah, man, I got all this makeup on because my eyes were so like swollen from last night. We did a very emotional live, and I'm gonna get back on Boosie as soon as Miss Sislo, one of my moderators, as soon as she comes back in. And y'all gotta check out the interview I did with Miss Sislo like 3-4 nights ago. It was called hold on, where's my phone? It was on the floor. My phone. Okay. Let's see. I want to tell y'all exactly which video it was. The hood table. You don't need Netflix. You don't need cable. Hop on YouTube. Welcome to the hood table. Okay. Okay, the name of the video that we did with Miss Sislo was called Interview with a Former Pastor's Wife Who Shares a Story About Her Husband and Pastor and His Mistress. So she was married to a pastor. He had all these mistresses, even tried to move some of them in the house with them, and he was a whole pastor. A whole pastor. If y'all missed that video, we did 2 days. It says on May 12th. So what's today? The 15th? Yeah. So that was 3 nights ago. So yes, that was my interview with Miss Sislo. But last night was part 2 of our interview. And that one was called, it was a live interview on spiritual abuse and church hurt, basically church hurt. And a lot of people got some church hurt. A lot of people, including me. And I told one of my church hurt stories last night on the live. And I got really emotional. I didn't plan on it, but I was like, I was over here like, ooh, a baby, like crying my eyes out. But so then I woke up this morning. I couldn't hardly open my eyes. It was all swollen. I was like, oh my God, I need some concealer, something. But yeah, so if y'all missed that live last night, that was part 2. So you might want to watch part 1 and then part 2 of that one. But yeah, that was really deep last night. The pastor that our guest was making misconduct allegations against, his son actually jumped in the chat. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. When I saw him comment in the chat, I was like, hold up. Because I know his son's names. And I mean, we all from the same city. So I because the pastor is here. He lives here. He's a well-known, prominent pastor here. And so I saw his son jump in the chat. And I thought for a second, I didn't know which way the show was about to go. Because the person that has all these allegations of misconduct against them, their son was in our chat, their oldest son. So I didn't know how the conversation, I mean, it could have went left. I even offered him the StreamYard link to jump on the line if he wanted to say something. Either say something from his point of view, or say something in defense of his father, the pastor, or say something against what our guest was alleging took place in their church or something. But he was like, no, I'll pass. I'm just here to watch. But one thing he did say after I told my church hurt story, one of my personal church hurt stories, because we had a crazy cult like church that we belong to too, which is what they was alleging also about this other church with the pastor that we were discussing on our show. And he, said he gave me his, he said, I'm sorry to hear that happen to you, and that's really like, messed up. And I mean, he was really, really nice. And I was like, and he said, that was how I knew he was in the chat, because after I told my story, or during when I was telling my story, he had jumped in the chat and he said, something like that, nothing like that should have happened. Or he said, I can't remember his exact words, but it was really nice and it was really respectful, even though the person we had on our panel was making misconduct allegations against his father, who is a pastor. So I thought he would be coming in the chat on some rah, rah, rah. And so I dropped the link, but I did tell him, I said, you know what? We have a lot of respect for you, for any of his children. So we ain't on that type of level to just invite you on the stream and then try to go at your neck or nothing like that. That was not about to happen. Not on this channel. But, he still declined to jump on the live screen, on this actual screen with us. But he did stay in the chat during the duration of the chat. And he made a few more comments. And I just was like, wow, I can't believe, we are in a small town in Omaha, and a lot of people know everybody. And a lot of people, when there's stories out there, especially of misconduct, or, somebody done something wrong, illegal, whatever, good, bad, and ugly. We live in a small town of Omaha, Nebraska. So, word gets around. So word was getting around, obviously, that we had done a whole show on his father, which got almost 1,000 views. And we were on part 2 that night when that pastor's son jumped in the chat. So I didn't know what to expect, but it went cool. It was like, yeah, y'all just gotta watch that show from last night. But yeah, I got emotional last night and I broke down. I could not believe I was crying on the live. I was like, oh my gosh, should I edit this part out? But I'm not gonna edit it out, because even though I was crying and my makeup was running and all that kind of stuff, my story can probably help somebody else. And especially if somebody feels like they are going through some church hurt or spiritual abuse, from a pastor or a bishop or a priest or whatever, in a place where we're supposed to all feel safe and feel comfort. And so, you know what I mean? So it can help somebody, you never know. And people actually was inboxing me and texting me. I woke up to a text this morning. Somebody texted me around like 7:30 this morning. And they were like, some of the stuff that went on in our church, a lot of people are so angry they can't believe things like that happen. And that's why we did the show, because there's a lot of spiritual abuse in a lot of churches, especially in the Black community. Not just the Black community, but it is a lot in the Black community, and people don't talk about it. People don't want to speak on it. That scripture, touch not my anointed. A lot of people are afraid to speak on certain pastors because they might be outcasted of a church, because some of the members of that church we were discussing were put out. When they questioned the pastor about certain things, they were put out of the church. So I was like, I'm going to leave that little piece in there. It is what it is. Y'all done saw your girl cry. But I'm better now. My eyes are still swollen. Well, this one over here. This one is more swollen than the other one. I should have put some ice on it. One anyway, it is what it is. It is what it is. Moving right along. But yeah, so that was one of the shows in our church hurt spiritual abuse series. We got one more show to do. And I'm going to do that show with like 4 or 5 of the ladies who I grew up in church with. A lot of people in the church I went to experienced spiritual abuse and church hurt. So that's going to be our last, and we're going to wrap up that spiritual abuse series. So if y'all haven't watched any of the videos, we already did 3, and then this one will be the 4th one to wrap up that series. So yeah, check out the other ones first. You know, there's a part 1 and a part 2 on one story, and then there's another one on the pastor, the ex-first lady of the pastor who had all these mistresses and whatever. I couldn't believe that he was bringing them up in the church. I'm like, how you gonna bring your mistress up in the church? Like, usually they might mess with somebody in church, but messing with somebody outside of church too, and then bringing them to the church. I'm like, man, y'all don't know how to cheat. I swear to God, y'all don't know how to cheat. Like, man, and I ain't trying to say I've ever cheated before. I ain't trying to say I've ever cheated before, but women, we sure cheat a lot better than men. Like, ain't no way I'm gonna bring my man to my church where my other man is worshiping the Lord. No, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. But anyway, anywho, I don't know what's happened to Miss Sis Slow, but we're gonna move on now. If she comes back on the StreamYard and she still wants to talk about Boosie Badass, we can go back to that topic, but I want to keep on moving right along. But I did read all the comments from that story. Now let me pull up the other one. And I'm gonna play this for you guys. Hold up. Is there a video to this one? Okay, here you go. The next story that we're going to cover happens to deal with 6ix9ine. Now, let me know how y'all feel about 6ix9ine and the story. Excuse me. Y'all probably didn't heard about it already. But 6ix9ine, the rapper with all the tats, all the big jewelry, big flashy jewelry, tats all on his face. Looked like somebody you wouldn't walk on the same side of the street with at nighttime. He got 25-11 different colors in his hair, from My Little Pony blue to burnt orange. That's 6ix9ine. Anyway, it is said that the rapper 6ix9ine had a $200,000 charity donation rejected. Hey, Miss Hogg. Hi. You said you're going to go to bed early. Got me. I need to go to bed early too. I got 2 cake orders tomorrow. For y'all who don't know, yes, I am a personal custom cake decorator. I got to do a birthday cake, a sheet cake for an 18-year-old girl. And then I have to do a birthday cake for a guy, and he wants it to be a Michael Jordan theme. So, and of course, I'm going to, I always post pictures of the cakes that I make. So if you follow me on Tanya's Delight Slice by Slice on Facebook, you can see hundreds of my cake art pictures. But yeah, I'll post it on my community wall on here on YouTube, and I'll also post it on Tanya's Delight Slice by Slice on Facebook. Thank you, Ms. Hall. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes. She said, everyone, please click the like button. Thank you. I can't tell how many likes there are, but yeah, as soon as I get off the live, well, I don't know. I might start tonight, because sometimes I do start the night prior when I got cake orders, especially because the one for the 18-year-old girl is due, what time did she say? Noon? I think it's due at noon. And then the other guy, I told him I'll have his done at 2. So what I normally do is bake all the cakes. If I have like 5, 10 orders, I bake all the cakes first. And then I let them cool and come to complete coolness overnight. Then I wake up early in the morning and I make all my frostings, which I make from scratch, of course. But make all my frostings, all my different colors. If I'm using fondant, I make all the designs, roll it out, make my designs to put on the cake and, stuff like that. But so, yeah, there's 4 likes and 7 watching. Yeah, we need to get them likes up. You said we here till 1 a.m. You know how we do it. You need to jump on the StreamYard then, Maurice, if you're going to be here till 1 a.m. Don't tell me you ain't got your hair did so you can't jump on the StreamYard. So, anywho, if you want to jump on the StreamYard, I just put the stream in. If anybody wants to jump on the StreamYard and speak on anything that we're discussing, please feel free to jump on the StreamYard. Now, back to rapper 6ix9ine. So, he donated $200,000 to a children's charity, and it was rejected. How do y'all feel about this? I'm going to give you the reason. It's the No Kid Hungry campaign, which is a really good campaign. It's kind of like the No Child, Leave No Child Behind, like Obama. But, it's with the food. So it's called the No Kid Hungry campaign. They said it has a policy of rejecting funding from donors who do not fit with its values. The rapper, who was recently in prison for crimes he carried out as part of a violent gang before making a successful comeback, called the decision cruel. The Brooklyn rapper had evaded jail time on previous charges, including child sex offenses in 2015, and a lot of us remember that. In a now deleted Instagram post, 6ix9ine, whose real name is Daniel Hernandez, announced he was donating $200,000 to the campaign, which seeks to solve problems of hunger and poverty in the U.S. But Share Our Strength, the nonprofit organization that runs the campaign, told the BBC it had declined the controversial rapper's offer. They said, "We are grateful for Mr. Hernandez's generous offer to donate to No Kid Hungry, but we have informed his representatives that we have declined this donation." And it goes on to say, as a child-focused campaign, it is our policy to decline funding from donors whose activities do not align with our mission and values. And the rapper responded on Instagram that he had never seen something so cruel, but he has since then deleted his post. They said 6ix9ine has been making headlines in the last week for an explosive return to the spotlight after being released from prison early. And allegedly, we know why he was released from prison early. But, as a part of a nationwide effort to stem the coronavirus outbreak in U.S. jails, a lot of people are getting out of jail early. I guess if their offense wasn't bad enough, after they serve so much time, they're letting them out early because of the coronavirus outbreak in a lot of U.S. jails. So they say he broke the all-time record for an Instagram live stream with more than 2 million people tuning in at one point. His new track, Gooba, Anyway, last year, the 24-year-old pleaded guilty to a series of gang robberies and shootings. That was just last year. He pleaded guilty to a series of gang robberies and shootings. At his 2019 trial, the rapper initially denied the charges against him, but entered a plea bargain giving evidence against other gang members in order to get a reduced sentence after potentially facing a maximum. He's lucky to be walking around. He's really lucky because you know what they say about snitches. Snitches get stitches, right? That's what they say. They say snitches get stitches. So I don't know. The child is out of jail, and now he's donating $200,000 to a campaign that feed the children. and they don't want his monies. Do y'all think they wrong for that? What you think, Miss Cislo?
Well,
Oh.
because because this is a thing where it's reputation based and it's dealing with children. The problem it is not an issue whether they like him or not. It becomes an issue of whether, oh, excuse me, whether other funders that help to support the organization will pull out because this person is now affiliated with them, or if they find out that this person they took money from this particular person. So being that I am put into grant writing and stuff like that, I do understand.
Mm-hmm.
I understand from that perspective. So yeah. The other thing is that Takashi has a target on his back right now. You know, so it's like to be affiliated with someone who took money from somebody who, and they turned around just say, we hope not, but they turned out and they were murdered, and it was something very, scandalous or what have you. It really dampens their chances to get help from anybody else. And then, the kids, most of these people don't even want their kids listening to the type of the music that he makes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if he really wanted to donate and he meant it from his heart, he could have been a anonymous donor.
Yeah.
And he could have donated that way. Yeah, he could have donated that way as opposed to, putting his name out there and getting. But
So
right now, what's
that
happening is that, I'm sorry, is that nine out of 10, his PR person is trying to clean up his reputation.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, that's
what I was going to ask you. That's what I was going to ask you. Do you think that his publicist or, they came up with this idea that he get this $200K because he was in prison? Some of the allegations were for, being with underage kids, and drugs and robberies and burglaries. So that this $200,000 was maybe not something that he really wanted to do, but they felt had to do. He had to make a big impact on community, per se.
Yeah, I mean, he could have donated in the name of his kid. He could have put it in the name of an anonymous charitable organization. Any type of thing other than that, which makes me kind of believe that his PR person is really reaching, trying to clean up his reputation and trying to get the stink off his butt, because he's a targeted man right now, and nobody, and they were saying that he dropped some music just the other day and made millions and millions of dollars in just a few days he's been out. But nobody wants to work with him. Nobody wants to be about him because nobody wants to be affiliated with the stick, and like you said, bitches, hopefully that'll be the very least.
Snitches get stitches. I mean, that's the street terminology. Snitches get stitches. So I can understand why a lot of people might want to not mess with him, because let's say, and I'm not wishing anything bad or horrible on anybody, but let's just say that somebody do have an agenda to get some revenge. And let's say they don't give a hoot about who might be in the proximity, if there's children around, if he's with his mama, if he's at the organizations, the campaigns. I mean, who's to say? Because you never know. People get hit, anywhere. I mean,
Yeah, and at this point, can't nobody save him but God. He needs to, and they was I heard somebody say with regards to him that he needs to he's gonna have to move every 3 Wendy Williams. was saying he gonna have to move every 3 months in order to avoid. I could take this off. I'm sorry. In order to
What's
avoid.
that playing in the? Is something playing in the background?
Yeah, I'm turning it. This something's wrong with my phone, and it has that talk back feature for
okay. Okay. But yeah,
it's off now, and it just comes on randomly, and that's what happened. I was trying to turn it off. So
yeah, I get what Wendy Williams is trying to say, because what he did, I mean, I don't, I hate the thing about it with me with snitches. I always have it's like two-sided to me. Like, I believe that if you committed a crime with people, you committed it, you planned it, you was there, you helped, how you gonna snitch? Now, if, let's say, somebody drove past a house and shot a kid when they were trying to shoot somebody else, or they just shot somebody, just we'll just keep it like that. They just shot somebody, and there's a witness.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that as speaking out for your community. That is not the same to me as you doing some dirt with somebody, and the police offer you a lesser sentence or no jail time at all if you snitch. My thing is, if you out there doing the crime, you can't just snitch on somebody else. You do the crime, you do the time.
Right.
And that's how I feel about, I mean, especially when we talking about these gangsters, these wannabe gangsters, these thugs, these street Negroes. If y'all really all street and thug and gangster, you need to do the time. But some of these fools ain't built like that. They ain't built to be in no jail. I ain't built to be in jail. And I don't care how many hoods I done lived in and how many fights I done had growing up. I ain't
you hear me? My new theme song will be "I Know Why the Cage Birds Sing."
I'm like,
I'll be singing like a blue jay. You heard me?
Somebody
she did it. She did it. Her name is Tanya. She bakes cakes. She does. She got a channel. Yeah. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I go down.
I don't know her.
I'm just kidding. See, but you know what? Everybody is not like us, though, Tanya. I'm serious. I wouldn't. I'm not a snitch. But
I done some things in my past that I'm not proud of. Some things that I know I shouldn't have done.
Girl.
And I got punished for it. For it. At least for what I got caught doing. But
hallelujah.
I never stepped foot in jail. I stepped foot in many courtrooms, but never stepped foot in jail. I'm not built for that. Once I realized that I could be going to jail for certain things that I was doing just because I was just hard-headed, I was wild, I was following the crowd, I was one of those
up where I wasn't built for that.
I wasn't built for that.
It ain't in my DNA.
Now, I got relatives who was going and coming out the jail cell like that thing that you what's that thing, that the revolving doors at the bottom. One was going in, one was coming out. One was going in, one was coming out. That's all the time. I have relatives who was in jail every single year of their life for a long time. So, I mean, I see people go in and out of jail. I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't. And a lot of these dudes out here, these rappers, these gangster rappers and stuff, they ain't built for that life. They talk about it. But when it comes, and most of these little bitty rappers that are only 4'2" and weigh like 95 pounds soaking wet, they talking all this big rah. But when they get in jail and they see these big Zeus looking Negroes, or these big Terry Crews looking Negroes, they wet. They piss their pants. They piss their
How
pants.
you say Big Zeus?
They piss their pants and they crawl up in their little old bitty cot and they fold up in a fetal position, talking about mama, like Smokey on Friday, mama, mama. That's how they is in jail, and that's what they mention. So if you don't want to be in jail, don't do the crime. That's how I feel about that. But you know, as far as the donation, I understand. But then again, it's like, okay, dang, all these kids that are out here hungry.
I'm sorry, I dropped my phone.
Okay. All these kids that are out here hungry, do you think they would care where the money came from?
Of course not. You know, of course not. And of course, it's only the wealthy people that's denying it. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I get it though. I mean, from from every angle, I get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just hate it that the kids are the ones that are made to suffer. For what he's done, and it's like in some sense of the word, he's never gonna be done paying for it. He just won't be done. She said not. That's what I said, Miss Hall. She said Big Zeus.
Did y'all watch John Henry? I did a review on
not yet, but I said I was going to, because I seen that you had done something on there, and I was like, oh man, Tanya just be on it, girl. I can't keep up with you. I can't keep up with
might
Miss
not review everything, and the thing is, usually the TV shows and the movies I review are not what a lot of other people review. Like there's a billion people reviewing Love and Hip Hop and Housewives of Atlanta. Mm-hmm. I might be reviewing Sisters or Ruthless or The Good Girls or The Have and Have Nots, or you know what I mean? So sometimes or John Henry,
right,
or that show The Handmaid's Tale. I like to review shows that are very interesting and different that a lot of people
or Ruthless.
You know what I mean? Ruthless is Did you join our group yet?
Not yet, but I've got to. Girl, listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. Last night I was church hopping.
Last night?
Yeah, I was church hopping. After you went off, I was in another live clowning, girl, acting a real fool.
That live last night was lit. Anybody?
It was.
Live, if you missed that live last night, forgive your girl for crying and bawling on the screen. But if you missed that live last night, it was lit.
I was bawling with you.
I know. I had everybody crying. I'm like, I didn't mean to do that.
And then I'm sitting up like, I felt so bad, because I was like, how am I gonna just sit up here and start crying about this girl mama? I was so mad. I said, how am I gonna mess up her life crying about her mother? Now I came on there, I started crying. Everybody, I'm like, okay. See,
so people was texting me. People was calling me today, talking about, are you?
I know they were probably mad at me, huh?
No, they weren't. People were calling me and they were like, are you okay? I'm so sorry. People was crying like, oh my God, your story was so touching. It's so sad. I had people like literally last night hitting me up after the live, inboxing me, texting me, calling me. I woke up this morning to all kind of text messages and inboxes and people calling me. Are you okay? Are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. I just had to get some stuff off my chest. Sometimes you have to get some stuff off your chest, especially when it comes to this spiritual abuse that I'm totally against when it comes to churches in our community. I'm totally against pastors taking advantage of the members in their church.
And see, and here's the thing, like people don't understand until they themselves have it comes here close to home. People don't get it. People just do not get it at all. Oh man, until they until they see it for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Or it hits close to home. Once it hit close to home, then they know, oh wow, dang, this must be what they're talking about, and I see differently now. And that's usually exactly what happens, Tanya.
Yeah.
You know, people have to experience something for themselves, and then once they do, they see it from a different light. And you know, I don't even when that happens, I don't down anybody and say, oh, now you want to. No, I just say, you know, this is good, and I still go ahead and put my arms around them, give them a hug, and help them get through it or whatever. But you know, so you don't have to say I told you so, because that pain that you experience is gonna say I told you so. You
and
know,
that pain obviously ain't went away, because like I said, when I went live last night, I wasn't even planning on telling my story. The show was about somebody else's story. But like I said, when I hear people in the chats and when I hear people say this type of stuff goes on in the church, this type of, why was this going on in church? Why would people let this go on to church? Why would people like people don't believe certain things go on in a church? Like,
right?
y'all can believe priests. Y'all can believe priests can get away with raping every little young boy under 12, every little choir boy, every little altar boy, but y'all can't believe this kind of stuff goes on in our community.
And that it's been going on for decades.
Like the guy that
it just didn't start.
Like the guy that we was talking about last night, who used to go to my church, and he's a serial rapist. His first rape was in our church. He raped somebody in the basement of our church. And when he went on for there, he wasn't stopped. He wasn't prosecuted. He wasn't turned in. Life went on for him, and he continued to rape. And now he's in jail for the rest of his life because somebody finally spoke up. Somebody finally spoke up, and now he's in jail.
And then when people, it kills me when people speak up about the hurt that they, excuse me, about the hurt that they encountered. When they speak about it, then people really trip me out, getting angry at the victim. Like the victim either one did something to deserve it, or they made it up, or something like that. And you know, it keeps people from wanting to come forth and tell their stories. Because
Miss Hogg is leaving. Good night.
Oh, good night, baby. Oh, good night, sweetie.
Yeah, she said she can't watch Ruthless because of the cult and human trafficking, and I get it. I totally get it. I done heard other people say they can't watch Ruthless. Now, I do reviews on Ruthless because I really enjoy the show. I can get past all that kind of stuff, just like with The Handmaid's Tales. The Handmaid's Tales on Hulu is basically kind of like slavery, back in slavery days, where people would force all these women to have sex and to have babies, have stock. Is that what they used to call them? Stock. Yeah, have babies. Yeah. Increase their stock.
Yeah.
And it's Handmaid's Tale, man. If y'all ain't started watching The Handmaid's Tale on Hulu, I think it's about to be on season 4.
I have to look it up. I'm gonna look it up, and maybe I'll binge watch it.
Binge watch it. As soon as the new season come out. I think it's season 4. I think it's season 4 that's about to come out on The Handmaid's Tale on Hulu. That show, I'll be like, I wish, but you know what? It's like one of those situations where if you got to be in those situations, but stuff like that really happen, and that's why I don't mind reviewing stuff like that. Like, there are really cults out here. Like, okay, remember we were talking about Soldier Boy? Not Soldier Boy. Why I always call Nature Boy Soldier Boy? But you know, when we was talking about Nature Boy, and you know his
girl, and I don't understand. Anyway, we're gonna talk about that one day. Because that right there, that aggravates the fool out of me.
But see,
It
you
really
used to
does.
always talk about Soldier Boy. I used to watch your shows
There you go,
to
Soldier
keep
Boy.
up with Soldier Boy. So what happened?
Soldier Boy. You keep saying Soldier Boy.
I mean, Soldier Boy's people is gonna come after me. Be like,
Girl, please. Soldier Boy people. Is he still relevant? I'm just asking.
who? Soldier Boy?
Yeah, is he still relevant? I'm asking for
I don't know.
the next person.
Last thing I remember is woo, watch me Superman and woo.
And that's the last thing you done it anyway. So yeah.
I don't know if he's done anything else. Like I'm sure he has. I just don't.
Love and hip hop, Hollywood.
He's not one of those. I don't know.
He was messing with what's his name? It's right on my tongue.
Child.
Guy.
Need a line.
Teddy Riley's daughter.
Oh, okay. I remember now.
Yeah, he was with her, and then yeah.
Now that was crazy. That was crazy. I was like, well, I didn't think that was totally like an opposites attract thing to me. But who knows? You know, they could have been perfect for each other at that time.
Girl, please. Ain't none of them perfect for each other. All of them in it for something. Everybody got something like Future's baby mama say she called her baby the check baby. The check baby.
Yeah, girl.
She refers to her child as the check baby.
I'm sure a lot of people who got kids by celebrities call them the check baby, especially the ones who was only after a check. But, you know, you heard it from me.
Check baby is turkey baster babies. And
what?
Girl, you know that?
Turkey baster baby?
Yeah.
Oh, child.
You ain't never knew that?
Man, hold on. Let me
pull
pull up
about turkey baster baby, Tanya.
Who got a turkey baster baby? Oh, you mean like the ones that be stealing the sperm?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I know
basketball players.
Yeah, I know women do that, or they'll
a lot of the basketball players, babies.
They'll act like they're swallowing. And
they slurp it out the condom.
Well, that too. That's why I always told my sons to bring your own condoms. Make sure they don't have holes in them, and you make sure you remove the condom.
You discard it.
And make sure you discard the condom. And it's either that, or they do swallow, or act like they swallowing, and they spit that stuff out or something and put it on up there. Be having their legs hang up in the air like they
That is so disgusting.
Desperately seeking a check. Desperately. Girl. Now I'm gonna play this video. Have you heard about this black guy who was delivering a delivery driver in Oklahoma City, who was blocked in by a man who identified himself as the Homeowners Association president of that neighborhood? Okay, I'm gonna play this video because a lot of people might not have seen it. So I'm gonna play this video and then we're gonna talk about that.
All right.
Hey, Carmel Diva. Hey, I was telling everybody why you weren't here tonight. Everybody, make sure you give your condolences to Carmel Diva, our co-host of the Hood Table. She has recently just lost a family member due to that nasty old stinking Rona. So make sure y'all give y'all condolences to Carmel Diva. That's why she's here.
Baby.
But thanks for checking in to us. I know you guys are handling a lot of family, things right now. So let me go ahead and share this screen real quick. I want to make sure everybody who hasn't seen the video gets to see it before we start talking about it. And I'm gonna mute.
You need to mute.
Held against his will and harassed on the job. A delivery driver says he believes he was stopped by a homeowner because of the color of his skin. Is on the story tonight.
That delivery driver, Travis Miller, tells me he recently had 2 deaths in his family, so it's a couple of weeks. And what he experienced while on the job here in this Northeast Oklahoma City neighborhood didn't make things easier.
I'm going out. That's where I'm going.
Home appliance and furniture delivery driver Travis Miller
Got me blocked in, so I can't leave.
trapped inside the Ashford Hills neighborhood Monday after finishing up a delivery.
My name's David Stewart.
I don't care what your name is. Get out the way.
About 30 minutes in, another homeowner joining Stewart.
Hey, all we want to know is why you're in here and who gave you the gate code.
Miller, not wanting to share his customers' personal information, waiting while the two claimed they were calling the police.
They must have contacted the customer. The customer came around and they just spoke for a minute and he moved out.
Calling the police himself.
He said that he called the cops back and let them know that everything was clear, but I didn't want to leave and have it seem like I was trying to flee the scene or anything like that.
Miller talking to News 4 over the phone.
Sorry, I don't know why I keep stopping and pausing. I have no idea, but
what had been happening in that neighborhood for him to respond the way he did.
okay, I'm gonna just end it right there because I don't know what's wrong with the website. but you guys got the gist of the video. There's a black guy who was delivering furniture, appliances, something like that, and some other you see the two white guys. One of them came first, and he parked right behind him because it looked like the driveway where he was in, you know, those homes in those really nice neighborhoods. Sometimes the driveways are very narrow, and it looks like the guy was parked like really close behind him, and he was blocking him in and refused to move and refused to let him leave until he told them who gave him the passcode to enter into their gated community. Can you believe that? And then I guess that white guy, I don't know if he called the other guy, the other neighbor, or if the neighbor just happened to be strolling by and noticed what was going on and just decided it was a good idea to join this other white neighbor and give this black guy the third degree about why he's in their gated community. And so the black man, being that because of customer privacy, he refused to give them the information on who ordered what, who gave them the passcode, because,
He shouldn't have had to.
you shouldn't have to. And I'm like, when is this going to end?
It's
Like,
not.
how many Karens are really in this world? How many oh my God.
Unfortunately, it's not going to end. The world will end before that will, unfortunately. And it's so unfortunate that, we can't, you can't go to the store, you can't order your groceries, you can't pay for gas without, encountering some type of evil like this. Because it's like why do we have to continue to prove ourselves? Just like there are Black perpetrators, there are white perpetrators also.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, if you're going to take and interrogate every African American person that you see coming along,
Mm-hmm.
then you need to be equal and do it to everybody. You know what I'm saying? But who gives you the right? Who says that you are most superior and that you have the right? It's like people jump up like, they have the right. And in most cases, they do have more right. Because if you see a person of color go to a protest fully armed, yelling in the face of police officers and all that, they would have been tased to the ground, beaten in the face and in the head, blinded, and everything else for that same right to bear arms and right to speech. We would have been beat down to the ground and killed for that same right that the other person exercised, but the other person had no consequences at all. And I have seen some that were wrong,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hold on, Tanya, I'm gonna mute.
Okay.
I can't reach it. Can you mute me for a minute?
Yeah, I can do it for you. I'll do it for you.
And okay.
And then somebody just posted something in our The Hood Table Facebook group. So again, if you see the links in the chat, we have two links, one to our The Hood Table Facebook group, and we also have a link to our Ruthless, the Tyler Perry TV show. We have a group that's dedicated to the Ruthless TV show. There's that link also in the chat. And then there's also the link if you want to jump actually on the screen with us and discuss some things. So I'm about to put that link in the chat right now. So if you want to jump on the screen with us and discuss some things, I just dropped that link in the chat. But somebody just posted in our The Hood Table Facebook group. They said in an interview from 10 years ago, Sandra Pepper Denton talks about her regret of not dating Will Smith. She stated, "He wasn't thug enough. I was attracted to thugs and hoodlums. Will was too nice to me." And somebody said, does her comment speak to a much larger issue within the American community? So they literally just posted that. If anybody want to chime in on that, they can. Otherwise, we can bring that up on the next Hood Table because I just sent a comment in there to ask the guy if he wants to come on the StreamYard with us and join the chat, because as usual, it's no topics off limit. Anything anybody wants to talk about, we talk about on Friday Night Live. So if he doesn't come and jump on the stream, it's cool. We can talk about that next week. But I just thought I saw it because I was like, I know I heard that before. I heard her say that before. So I don't know if they posted this because of something recent that might have happened and they think that this is a much bigger issue in the African-American community since then. But I don't know. I will holler at them in the Hood Table group on Facebook and figure out, if they want to jump on the stream either tonight or next time we do Friday Night Live. So that'd be a good topic to discuss. I really do. Matter of fact, we was talking about that. Something, not Salt, not Pepper, not Will, but we was talking about something, I don't know if it was a week or so ago, about how some women, when we were younger, me included, the geeky boys, the church boys, and I put that in quotes. The church boys, not all the boys in church, but the church boys. There's a big difference. There's a big difference between a church boy and a church girl versus a boy in church or a girl in church. So it's a big difference. And growing up, we had the church boys who were always into their Bible, into church, praying, worshiping, trying not to sin, all that. And then we had the boys that went to church, the ones who was there trying to get under all the skirts. And they was out there doing everything under the sun but what a church boy should be doing. So there's a big difference. But I was one of those people back then who overlooked the church boys or the geeks, or just the ones, not even geeks, but just the ones who really, I don't know, to me, they were like just boring, not exciting enough. And I think it was because my life at that time, around the age of 16, no, I'll probably say 15. Around 15 had got really exciting because that's when I start hanging out in the streets and hanging around with the wrong crowds and hanging out. So me being out there hanging out with these crowds and doing things that we probably shouldn't be doing. And then a guy run up on me. Hey, how are you? What's your name? Can I take you out sometime? I'm looking at this fool like, and I don't mean to call him no fool, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. Y'all know what I'm saying. But I'm looking at him like, looking at his shoes, looking at his outfit, seeing if he got some gold in his mouth. Do you got a car? That's how I was. And there's this guy to this day that still tries to talk to me that I kind of like ignored back then, and I still kind of like don't laugh at me, Mrs. Slow.
You said the gold in the mouth. That got me.
Come on now,
girl.
Back in the 90s,
girl, that's what I'm saying. The gold in the mouth back in the 90s.
Girl, that just meant he was doing something. Shoot, because you couldn't buy gold with food stamps.
It depends on where you live.
you can buy gold. I'm just saying you had to have some monies. I'm just saying you had to have some monies. Yeah, you could probably could sell $300 of stamps for $150 in gold teeth. You probably could.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying. I'm just trying to say, if anybody had money back then for gold teeth, they probably was out there doing some, you know, they ain't working at McDonald's making $3.50 an hour buying gold teeth. So I don't know, but nowadays I'm not so much like that anymore. I just date guys who are just nice and family oriented, and they gotta have a job, they gotta have a car. That's one thing my father always taught me growing up. He always taught me that a guy should have a car. And if a guy ever came over to take me out and they was enrolled, they better have a mama car, they better have a car, they better have a car, they better have
That's the only way I was going.
That's
I ain't getting
how I was raised.
We ain't getting on no bus together.
That's just how I was raised. Now, when we was like 12, 13, 14, that's different. You know, 15, even 16, even when you're old enough to get your L's, a lot of people don't have cars as soon as they get their L's. But like older than that, 18, 19, 20, 21, we ain't about to get on no bus and go somewhere, especially if I had my own car. My dad always felt like if you got a car, you should date a guy with a car.
Right.
And that's probably why I feel the way I feel today. Like, if I got a job, you should have a job. If I got a car, you should have a car. If I got a house, you should have at least a 1-bedroom apartment. It ain't got to be all bougie and fancy, and you know, it ain't got to have all the bells and whistles, but something. Because one thing about me, I don't like always inviting guys over to my house. I like to
Right.
go over guys' house. I like to leave my humble abode. And my kids are grown. So I like, if I want to leave the house and I want to spend the night, if I want to go somewhere and soak in somebody else's tub, eat food out of somebody else's refrigerator, watch somebody else's cable, I feel
You
like,
hear me?
you know what I'm saying?
You hear me?
I don't know.
Have at least what I have or more, you know?
Mhm.
You gotta at least be on the even keel.
Right. And I love men who have their own spot. I love it. I love it when men have their own spot. But anywho, I don't want to step on no toes because I know a lot of people be like, well, women, and you know what?
You didn't. Well, that was your opinion, but you didn't say anything like
No, because I
a
say
man ain't a man if he don't have his own place. You ain't say nothing like
no,
that.
yeah, you know, but I done said that before to people. And one thing that I would often hear is, well, a lot of women have houses and stuff because they have kids and they on Section 8 or public housing.
Girl,
And I'm like, okay, that is true. A lot of, you know, there are quite a few people who might be single parents and on Section 8 or on public housing. But what about the ones who ain't? I mean,
right.
all on Section 8. I can't remember the last time I got a stamp or a EBT deposit.
Right.
Shoot, I don't know how long it's been. Probably 12, 15, 20 years since I was eligible. And that's in between the times when I was laid off. Like when I was laid off like 3 times in the last 15 years. Good job. Laid off. That was when the economy went south. Back in, I used to work in real estate. I said this before. I used to work in real estate. And when the economy went south, when the real estate market crashed, do you remember that? Back in like 2007, 2000.
Oh, yes. Do I remember?
Yes. I had been in real estate for like 10 years. And
that's when my block went to hell.
Yep.
That's when my block went to hell. And then they start scrapping the houses.
Yes, because everybody was leaving everything. People was just leaving everything.
So they were losing it. They were taking it.
People was depressed. People was committing suicide. People was going crazy because they couldn't afford their home anymore. And I was one of those people who worked in real estate. And our whole company, we had like maybe 65. Now, this is one of the real estate companies I work for. We had maybe 65 employees, and they had dwindled all the way down to 4. That's how bad the economy was. They had to lay off everybody. Everybody.
Yeah,
and,
you know what?
then the next real estate company I worked at, it seemed like everything was cool, and then it happened all over again. And they laid off like everybody. So I had some layoffs around that time, and during that time, I ain't too proud to beg. I ain't never been too proud to beg. When I was younger, I lived in the projects. I had Section 8. I had food stamps. I had a welfare check. I had all that kind of stuff when I was younger. I ain't too proud to beg because my children will not starve. So I understand that there are certain people's lives where they struggle, but I don't know. I just feel like every man should have a car at least.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that stereotypical thinking? Is that small minded?
And it ain't too much to ask for. It's really not. It's like, you know what I'm saying? You just ask for him to have what you got at least, or meet you halfway, something.
Yeah.
The bill still got to be paid. You still need a way to get there.
Yeah.
No.
Hey, that sounds like a new topic in the future. Which one sounds like a topic? The topic with the men having their own place and cars and things, or are you talking about the Salt and Pepper, the Peppa and Will Smith, you know, black women who prefer to date maybe more hoodish guys than, I don't know. geeky, nerdy.
Okay, I missed something about what happened with the salt and pepper.
Oh no, somebody had just posted in our The Hood Table Facebook group. They said they was talking about, you know, how 10 years ago, Peppa from Salt and Pepper, she was in an interview and she said she regret not dating Will Smith. She said he wasn't thug enough, and she was attracted to thugs and hoodlums.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, so some people were saying, you know, does her comment speak to a much larger issue within the African American community? So I was just trying to ask Cedric, was he referring to that topic or to the one I was talking about, you know, do women feel like men should have what they have? Like, regardless of how many, I don't know. I got two sons. And my rent, I'll just throw it out there, is $900 a month. So I pay $900 a month for rent. I pay about $340 a month for my car payment. And that's just rent and car. And then, of course, every other bill that everybody else pays, like gas, cable, you know, stuff like that, food, whatever. And so a lot of times men say, well, we can't expect them to have cars in their own apartments or houses because a lot of women have Section 8 and housing or get housing assistance. And I just wanted to know how people felt about that because, you know, it is good time.
And that's something that I've never had. I've never had Section 8 or any type of housing assistance. Never. I wish I can get it right now. But I've never had it. I've always had it.
But you know what? Why? Okay, I was just being nosy, right? I was, you know, I work from home, so I got my computer and I sit right in front of a big window while I'm working from home, and I see all the traffic, everything, right? And I like to have a view of the outside world because I've been working from home for years, not just during the Rona, but I've been working from home for years. And so I was looking outside, and over the last month, I seen like a house across the street, like catty corner from me, looking like people were moving out. So I went across the street, was it yesterday? Because I've been seeing a lot of people over there doing construction and doing work on this house. So I assumed it was either for sale, for rent, something. Right. So mind you, I live in the hood, right? So I walked across the street, and one of the people who was working on the house was outside, and I said, is this house for rent, to sell, what? And he said, it's for rent. I said, could I come in and look? So I went inside to look, and I walked around the whole house it's a ranch. All the houses in my neighborhood are like ranch style houses. And so it has the main floor and then a basement. And so I looked at the house, I went to the basement, I looked in the backyard, you know, all over the house. Then I asked them for the price because I looked around the house and I'm thinking, oh, this can't be worth more than 8 or 9. No, I mean, it had old appliances, old,
scared to ask.
The old refrigerators that look like plastic, you know, you know, the old G refrigerator.
Just enough to say you got a refrigerator, right?
Yeah, the old stoves with the, like, everybody got like flat stoves now, you know, they have the old stoves with the eyes on them, you know, the things you can take off and clean, you know. Right. And the floors were wood, and they look like they ain't been stained or treated in 30 years. I mean, they just look. Have you ever walked in the house and the wood just looked horrible? I mean, it had scratches and marks and just all over the place, right?
Yep.
The bathroom needed to be upgraded. The basement was not finished at all. It had like the basement floor. You know how they throw some gray paint on there?
This sounds like a house they want a lot of money for.
No carpet, nowhere in the house. The windows look like they should have been replaced maybe 15 years ago. You know, those windows where you need some elbow grease to lift them up. It's a 3-bedroom. They asked for $1,100. I must have looked at that.
Wait a minute, I fainted. Wait a minute.
But I bring this up because we was just talking about how a lot of guys say women are on Section 8 or, and that's why they have houses. You know what I mean? The man, the first question he asked me, because I said 1,100. First of all, we in the hood. We in the hood. So normally in the hood, houses don't cost that much per month. This little old 3-bedroom ranch that needs so many upgrades.
And they ain't gonna do it.
Are we getting what not me, but because I'm not getting the house, but I'm like, would y'all give out updated appliances? They said nope, whatever's in the house coming in the house. The countertop was like the old white plastic countertop where you can rip it if you you know what I mean, the countertop that cracks, and the old countertops. I mean, they didn't even have the fake granite. It was like the house was so basic, and they want $1,100. And so what I said was $1,100. I said my house across the street looks better than this house. I got stainless steel, I got finished basement, I got all that, and carpet and wood. I got wood in my kitchen, but just in my kitchen. But I'm like, hold on, why is this house worth 11 and mine is cheaper and looks better? So anyway, I said, wow, that's kind of steep for this neighborhood. And he said, well, we accept Section 8.
That's why.
Are you getting any public assistance? Is anybody
trying to get the most? And then they'll do all of that, and they're supposed to bring their house up to code when it's Section 8.
And it's not like the house wasn't up to code. It just seemed like it was. The house was built like
they did the bare minimum.
50s. The house was built like in the 1950s or 60s. So it's about 50, 60 years old. It looked like it has never had any improvements ever. The outside don't even have what do you call it? Siding. It's like wood. Like
you know what? And it's a frame out. All that and it's a frame.
And then they said, are you getting any help from it? Because if you're getting help to pay your rent, I said, no, I don't get help to pay my rent. I pay my own rent because I don't qualify because I make too much money. But they do that on purpose. They raise these houses in the hood way up to an unimaginable price. And then they take Section 8 people who get assistance from Section 8. And it's not right. It's not right. I'm like, that house was not worth $1,100. I should have did a video.
Reported
I should have done a tour of that house because I was like, whoever live in that house, I hope they got Section 8 or some kind of housing assistance, or I don't know who would move into that house for $1,100. Nope. I was tripping.
9 times out of 10, it'd be somebody in a situation like myself that cannot find housing or what have you. See, like my situation is like I found a lot of houses that's affordable that I can, I don't want to pay that much, but it's like $900,000 for a 3-bedroom, whatever.
I don't want to shoot. I wish I could pay like 7 or 8, but then you get what you pay for.
But then what happens is when I go and call and inquire about the house, the guy will say, okay, yeah, we can get it, but it's listed at $900. He gonna say, oh yeah, well the owner wants $1,100 for it. And I'm like, $1,100? But it's listed for $900.
Because they probably
I don't know why they do that. I'm just doing what I was asked to do. I was like, you know what? I feel some kind of way. I said, because this happens every time I call and even inquire about a house. Every time I call and inquire about a house, this happens. You go up on the rent, you say, well, this and that, and I feel some kind of way. He gonna say, I'll help you. I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you. Nope. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make a couple of phone calls because I feel like he is being and then he always try to send me um to look at houses in neighborhoods that he know good and well don't nobody want to live in. And I'm like, you know what? I'm really offended because I feel like you keep trying to put me in something, and then the rent is the same. I said, why would I want to pay that amount of rent when I can live in this neighborhood for the same amount of rent?
Right.
Why would I do that and get what I want? I said, I'm trying to get out of that area for a reason. Why are you trying to put me somewhere I don't want to be? And then, and it's just, I feel like, he feel like I ain't gonna say no, but no, honey, I got you. You just don't understand. You messing with the wrong one.
Yeah.
You messing with the wrong one. Don't try to play me, and don't try to play nobody like me. That's not right. And
Right.
he and the way I know is because, and they got this area sewn up, this particular management company. And the reason why I know is because I have looked and I've seen other houses, and I didn't know that this was the same management company because it don't have a name, it just have a number that you can call and inquire about. And then I call and inquire about the name. And then I say, well, who am I talking with? I say, what's your name again? And it's the same name. And sometimes it's different phone numbers. And then I actually went into the office. He had me come in on a Sunday because he did the same thing, the house that I wanted. He said, oh, wow. It's another one of the agents just rented it out. Just minutes, like, as you were calling. Now, wait a minute. I just got finished talking to you via text, and you were telling me you can show me the house. And then when you hear my voice over the phone, all of a sudden, now it's rented. You just rented, but you have some other houses you want to show me. Then he want to show me, and then he had the nerve to show me the house. And he said the house was listed as like $950. He said normally we ask $1,200, but since I'll go ahead and put you in there for $1,100 with the 2-year lease agreement. I was like, you got to be out your mind. And then I looked at another house, and I really like this house. It's right around the corner from my daughter, and I'm trying to, mind you, stay close to my daughter so when she comes home that I'll be able to be close to her. So I go and look at the house. He give me the lockbox number and everything. So between me going inside the house and looking at the house and coming out and calling them and telling them that I could come and bring him the deposit right then, he went up 220, I think 225 or 275, one of the two. And I'm like, you honestly, I said, no, That's when I told him, I feel some kind of way because this happens all the time. This is not the first time that this has happened.
My thing is, it because I didn't pay more than $9 for a place. So, but my thing is, I don't want to. Just because I got 2, 3, 4 jobs, don't mean I want to pay out the butt for rent or even a mortgage. But in the hood, a lot of landlords take advantage of people, and they know they homes ain't worth no 8, 9, 1,000, 1,100, 1,200.
This is not even a landlord, sis. It's a management company.
Well, same thing. They still the landlord. I'm like,
and then you want to go up on the price $200, $300.
The house that I was referring to that's across the street from me, they want 11. That's through a management company. And they said the management company, because I said, did you guys just buy this house? Have y'all always been managing this house? And they said, yeah, for over 10 years. And I said, over 10 years? I said, oh, okay. So y'all been managing this house for over 10 years. Y'all want $1,100 for this house in the hood. And that house looked like it ain't had a new stroke of paint or anything since 1975. since 1975. You talking about old appliances. I mean, the basic countertops. I don't even, when I'll go see a house, if they got basic countertops, I immediately turn around. And no, I'm not bougie, but I'm like, if you ain't even gonna update the countertops, you ain't gonna, you ain't gonna, the cabinets, you know, those old cabinets with the old handles, the old, I mean, it just looked like something from out of, I don't know,
leaning on the everlasting.
yeah, them old TV shows from back today, like over $1,000. No. But Cedric was talking about, he was looking at some condos. I know exactly what condos you're talking about across the street from Skeets. Yeah, no. 24th Street over there by Grant Street. Not one house or condo should be worth $150,000 over there by Skeets. No, that's by 24th and Grant, by 24th and Burdette. Burdette to be exact. No. I don't care how much the house is. I mean, I don't know. Okay, but anyway, you said 4.8 will hook you up. Oh, I used to stay on 4.8, Torres. I told you I used to stay on 4.8 in the high risers way back in the day when the rent was like $250 for a 1-bedroom, $300 for a 2-bedroom, $350 for a 3-bedroom, $400 for a 4-bedroom. Man, them apartments was like hood and ghetto and cheap, but when you need a place to stay,
and see, that's my dilemma. That's exactly why I don't have a place to stay right this minute. Is because of the price gouging and because the other stipulations. Either they want this 650, 700 credit score and all this and the other. I'm like, are you kidding? This ain't even $650, $700 worth of house.
That's what I'm talking about.
$650, 700 credit, girl, bye. And I'm like sitting up here and it hurts my feelings because I'm like, I really want my own, Tanya. I'm tired of sitting up here having a.
I get it. You know, at my age now, I'm okay. I can afford my bills. I can afford to take care of my kids. I'm okay. I ain't like got 10, 20, 30,000 in the bank. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay. But back in the day, it was like, it was a point in time when I was hopping house to house and I was young. So I know what it's like to want your own. And that I know what it's like, but stuff happens. Stuff happens to everybody. And that's the thing. I understand when stuff happens. I was getting laid off back and right, you know, left and right. Back when the economy came, when I was in the real estate market, in the real estate career, and it was horrible. It was horrible. And that's why after getting laid off from 2-3 real estate jobs during that time, I said, I need to take a whole new direction. And that's when I got into disability insurance. That's when I got into that career of disability. Because I'm like, that is something that's always going to be needed, regardless of the economy. So I changed. I did a total 360 from real estate insurance. I did disability insurance. So I went a total 360 because I'm like, I can't do this. I can't tell my kids, well, mama's home for a while now. I'll be at home while y'all at school looking for jobs on the computer, you know, but yeah. Torres, you said I can't share this because of Torres. Why are you always in Facebook jail? Torres, I have been in Facebook jail before, so I'm not trying to judge. But you always in Facebook jail. I used to be in Facebook jail all the time because we used to have these grown groups. That's all I'm gonna say. We used to have some grown groups, and I used to get on Facebook. We used to be in this one group called Raw Unloaded on Facebook, man. Anyway, Anyway, so yeah, I've been kicked off Facebook before. One time I was kicked off Facebook for like 21 days. One time 30 days. 3 days, 7 days. But Torres is kicked off of Facebook like every week. So I need to know what you're doing wrong, Torres. You want to jump on the stream?
Somebody's very opinionated.
He is. And the thing about it is Torres talks about a lot of stuff that, you know, a lot of people don't want to talk about on Facebook. And that's why I told him, just do that stuff on your YouTube channel. Shoot, forget Facebook. Use Facebook to post pictures. You know?
Right.
He said he's something like the Malcolm X, so I go hard, but I'm getting better. Whatever. You can be blocked. Oh my God. He be blocked. I swear to God, Miss Sislo, he be blocked and kicked off of Facebook like every 2 weeks.
Good night.
I'm like, come on now, child.
Oh, baby.
Oh, baby.
Oh, baby.
But if you don't want to jump on the stream, we can, you don't have to jump on the stream, Torres, to explain what's going on now with you and Facebook, but we can talk later. But anywho, that's about all I wanted to talk about tonight.
All right, Sugarfoot. I'm gonna go in here and make these kids a smoothie.
Okay.
I ran out the house chasing after them. They at the door.
Oh,
they at the door. What you want, Christian? What do you want?
This room chilling.
Can you get a snack? You just ate.
You know how them boys are?
Girl, he's not gonna. Here I come, Chris.
Give
me a minute.
How old is he?
5, girl. Going
on. He's 5.
Going on 90.
Shoot. Man,
well, I love my
boys. I remember my boys when they were in high school and junior high and grade school because they've been playing sports ever since they were younger. Except for my oldest one, he didn't start playing sports till 7th grade because he had severe asthma, like truly severe asthma till he like got in the 7th grade. And then he was able to play sports after taking medicine for years to control his asthma. But the other one, he been playing sports since he was like 1st grade, kindergarten. So they play sports like all year round, summer leagues, and all year round in school, and with the elite teams all year round. Wow. They play sports all the time, and they ate up everything. And then they friends, they always wanted their friends to come over, their teammates. Man, I don't miss those days. I love that they play sports. I was a sports mom for years. I love the kids on their team. You know how it is. All the kids call every mom on the team. Mm-hmm. And the way they used to take over my living room and our man cave in the basement, you know. Girl,
but I had girls, all girls, until my son came along. But I had all girls, and honey, when I tell you, those girls, when I come home, matter of fact, I go to pick them up from school, and when they get in the van, it's like a whole school full of girls in the car. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, Mom, they need a ride.
Oh, I ain't even, girl.
Oh, but Mom, they got to go by the house first. They're going on the block. And that was to get them to the house. So when they get in the house, I had cooked. So they're all at the house. And it would be about 7, 8 girls. It was Brashana, her little sister, and the twins. Then there was Lulu. I called her Lulu. Everybody had a nickname. It was Botanica because Brashana was real smart. I call her Botanica. Then her 3 little sisters. Then Lulu, and that ain't her real name. Jasmine is her real name. Then Bonono, which is Bianca. And then her sister. It was her sister. And then it was my 3 girls.
Mm-hmm.
Literally 10 girls in my van. Don't ask me how we did it. I ain't gonna. So they come to my house, and I always keep carry out trays. When I tell you, every last one of them girls came and cleaned my refrigerator out in less than 10 minutes, and then they would walk from there.
Mm-hmm.
They would leave and walk home. I was like, and then the next thing you know, they start spending the night. Like, I ain't even know it. And next time I just look up, they be like, oh, my, Bianca gonna go to school with us in the morning. Oh, she gonna ride to school with us in the morning. Oh, okay. But I had no idea she wasn't going home. She was
friends. They used to love.
I think Bianca's a doctor. Not Bianca. Rashana, I think she's a doctor now.
Mm.
Oh, and Alante. And Alante's still around eating. All of them. They have babies on and raised half the. Yes, Christian. I'm on live, by the way.
He's like, I want my snack. he said, I want my snack. But I get it, though. I get it.
No, you want to play games. They want to play games. It's after midnight. What game you gonna play?
Oh yeah, it is after midnight there. It's 11:06 here in the Midwest. My son Ben, he been playing video games since he got home from work. My son, I got home today and I said, I'm about to go live. He said, can you please shut my door? Because you be loud.
And then now he's telling me he want me to come in the house and make that smoothie. And they want to play games until I do it.
Oh, they so cute at that age. I miss my kids being that age, but then on the next note, it's like, oh my God, I'm so glad I don't have young kids anymore. It's like, you know.
When my kids was this age, they wouldn't dare bother me like this.
Oh, mine would
not bother me like that.
They be like, Mom. Like when I started working from home like 3 years ago, I would tell my kids, I had to train them. I am at work. They be running in my room. Mom, brother did this. Mom, Mom, can we have this? Mom, I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. When I'm at work at the office, y'all knew only to contact me for emergencies.
Listen,
but just because
I had this long one.
I'm still at work. But then my son, when I get on his nerves, like if I'm going around the house while I'm supposed to be working and I'm telling him, do this, do that, clean up your room. Mama, ain't you supposed to be working? I think you need to get back to work. I'm like, boy, if you don't shut up.
See, and then like my oldest daughter made a door sign, a do not disturb door sign. It's real long. And it was very colorful. It was pretty and it was laminated.
Mm-hmm.
So I would put that outside my door. My kids knew no matter what, unless the house was burning down, unless it was an emergency, do not bother me. Don't call me. If anybody come knocking on the door, let them knock because I wasn't expecting anyone.
Yep.
And I wouldn't get disturbed at all. And there's no, whatever you have an issue with, settle within yourself without fighting. Because if you didn't, I was going to fight with you when I got done. And everybody would be in trouble. I didn't get this kind of stuff. And if I say no one time, the answer was no. There was no dipping in grown folks' conversations. Inviting yourself. Girl, they do all that. Because
I remember all that growing up.
A whole new generation, though.
Yeah, whole new generation. But you know, what can we do but keep trying to give them the right direction and keep trying to raise them to be the men and the young women that we want them to be, that we know that they have the potential to be. At least most of them. I think most kids have the potential to be great adults, citizens, you know what I mean? So even if they come from a bad upbringing, a lot of people, You know, just because you come from a bad upbringing, a bad neighborhood, a mama who might be a crackhead or a father who might be a drug dealer, I still think every child has the potential to be great. So we just got to, you know, keep on instilling positive thoughts,
That's right.
messages, and, you know, advice in these children because they need it. They need it, and they need to hear it all the time. They need to hear it all the time. I see the effects just from my sons. Like my oldest one is 24. He calls me every time something happened. Great. I don't know how many times that boy done told me, Mama, I'm glad I listened to you. Mama, I hate I didn't listen to you this time. Mama, I'm glad you taught me about the bank accounts and the credit cards. I'm glad you taught me about, you know, like I see it. I see it in
Right.
my youngest son, who's still the other one went to college, and you know he's 24 now. This one's still in college, full-time student, and he came in today and told me, you know, mom, he was like, because last okay, this is first year of college, and the first semester or whatever, I guess it was a shock to him, all the work they had to do, how much harder it was than high school, and he kind of didn't do so well his first semester. But I had told him after that first child, I said, I cannot afford to take out any more loans. If you do not get a scholarship, then you're going to go to one of these small community schools. If you do not get a scholarship, so you need to do everything you can to get a scholarship. So that's what he did. He applied for some scholarships. He got the Buffett full ride. Warren Buffett, a lot of people know who that is, one of the richest men in the world, and they had a scholarship fund. So he won the Warren Buffett Award, but his first semester of college wasn't that great, and they told him this next semester you have to really pick it up. And I explained to him how valuable that Warren Buffett. There are so many kids in Omaha, in Nebraska, period, because the scholarship is only for Nebraska kids, because Warren Buffett is from Nebraska. So I'm like, this is a really good opportunity for you, and you need to buckle down, as my grandma would say, buckle down. And that's what he did. So now he got B's, he got 1 C and all B's. And I'm extremely proud of him, and he's extremely proud of himself, and he's motivated because I try to keep him motivated and try to keep him positive. You can do is study more, play less. You can do all the playing you want in the summer when you're not going to school. You can do all the playing you want after you graduate from college. And trust me, after you graduate from college, you're going to have probably a lot of money to play around with if you play your cards right and land up with a good job. So yeah, we got to stay on these kids, and we got to keep motivating them and pushing them towards greatness, even when it seems like they might be failing in life. We still have to keep pushing them and keep motivating them, and don't give up on our kids. We cannot give up on our kids. So with that being said, that's all I got tonight. That's all I got. You got anything else, Miss Sislo? I know you're dealing with your grandkids.
Okay. I appreciate you inviting me in, or
no problem, anytime.
Accepting me in
anytime.
Because I think, you know, I like doing this. I love it.
And you know, you are always welcome. You are always welcome. You know, I love you. But you need to join our Facebook groups.
I will. Don't just send me a text, Tanya, so I can remember. Because you know, excuse me, I'm working with some seniority.
That's okay.
Brain skills.
That's okay.
Senior brain skills.
It's okay. It's okay. But everybody,
you know what? Oh, I did want to say something because I missed the Boosie thing.
Go ahead.
And it was something you were talking about when you were talking about the Boosie.
Oh, Boosie badass.
And you said something about oh my God. No, was it Boosie?
Yeah, the one who got his kids, his boys, and his nephews.
Right, but it was something else. It was something else. Talking about an older woman and a younger man or something.
He's paying older women to sleep with his son and his nephews.
Right. Okay, so check this out. It was ironic that you brought it. You were talking along that line, and something else came up, and you were talking about. So it's ironic that you were talking about it because you remember the young man that was sleeping with the what was it, 6th grader, 7th grader, sleeping with his teacher. And she went to prison after she got pregnant by him.
Oh,
And that,
I remember.
girl, and they've been together 24 years. Do you know they get ready to get a divorce?
Yeah, because after she got out of jail, he still wanted to be with her, and she still wanted to be with him. But
They got married, and now he's 36, and she's 50. He's 36, and she's 54 or something.
Oh, I need to look
58.
at
She's 58. She's 58 because I think she was 12 years old or something. Anyway, so now he's like, he wants to divorce her and marry somebody his age.
I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm gonna have to look that story up because I had totally forgot all about this. Is this story from a while back? This is I remember it though.
Yeah, she got fell in love with the boy.
Yeah,
they've been together 24 years.
20-some years. I remember.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to do an update on this. We're gonna have to do a story on this. I'm gonna look it up and get all the information so we can talk about it.
And then the Nature Boy thing, yes, I still do. I just haven't been doing as much, but honey,
yeah, you need to keep us
I get
updated.
angry talking about that idiot. And you know, yeah, we got to do something on just that, and we got to do something on well, let's talk about it because there's so much we can pull out of that one. You know, we could talk about the abuse.
Yeah.
You know, occults.
Yeah.
Cults. We could talk about narcissistic behaviors.
And Nature Boy is a narc. He is a narc.
Girl, baby.
Oh.
He is a man, and he'll change his name again.
To what?
Baba G. Baba G. Baba G. So they all and it's so crazy because every time they go with it, the most, and he's still talking about he is Christ and all that. He got his one-way ticket to hell. He got a guarantee.
Do he still look like he's sick? Because at one point it looked like that man had a touch of AIDS. He looked like he had a touch of HIV.
He probably still got and then they gonna take a home test, at home HIV test. Girl, bruh, I ain't
remember that.
And then wait a minute, you know, Velvet had come back. She came back again.
She got pregnant, then she left, and then she came back.
Right, but she came and then she left. And she came back again. And then
why do she keep coming back?
Who knows? But she just left again, like within the last 2 weeks.
Oh, see, I ain't
been. And girl, and then he's beating the mess out of her. And then he was on live yesterday. He was talking about the young lady that he was in a relationship when Velvet came back. And the girl had done something. He was like, "Oh, Malia's on punishment. She in the closet."
He always putting them on punishment. So Velvet left. He got with another one of the ladies in the cult, and then Velvet came back, and now the lady is on punishment. So he gonna be with Velvet.
Velvet left again because he kept playing games, talking about he was monogamous and all this and that, and he let her put her with different people. And now I don't know if you remember Solar.
Velvet
he got
passed around.
He got wives.
Yeah, Velvet was passed around before.
Oh yeah. Oh well, no, she was only passed back and forth with Olmec, but
but still,
but no, you know, it ain't been nobody else. And then he got mad because one of the times that she left, she hooked back up with Olmec and they were sleeping together.
I knew it. That's why I said they passed around. But
girl, and not only did they sleep together, girl, she was nasty with it because she talked about she had white eye and how
What?
it was a white eye and it was itching and irritating. You got me?
Well, you know what? They have been saying that Nature Boy got the AIDS. They say he got the herpes. He got the gonorrhea.
He does have herpes.
He got the package.
He got the ultimate mega bargain package. He got the ultimate mega bargain package.
I would not touch him with a 50-foot pole.
I wouldn't touch him at all.
All frail, and all the blotches he started to get on his face, and
he still got him. He still got the skin.
Looks
where his skin is peeling and
off. Remember how he looked before he started?
Yeah, like death.
He was like muscle and
they did too, and they were in denial about it. So now he let them eat. Now they no longer practice this B6 vegan diet. Now they eat
whatever,
chicken and beef ribs and all this other crap now.
Because they all were looking anorexic and everybody thought they had all kind of diseases and
they was walking around with swole heads and little necks.
Yes, because when Velvet had that baby, she was literally like just all belly, and she looked like she weighed like 80 pounds, like 70 pounds.
I think she said she was down to 87 or 82 pounds, something like that. And one of her.
No, this is not a movie. This is real life cult. This is not a movie. If y'all don't know about Nature Boy, you can look him up. What did he go by again now?
Babaji. Babaji.
Is his social media changed to Babaji?
It's still immortal. It's immortal Babaji. But if you look up,
you need to send me the
Boy or Alicio Bishop.
Yeah, that's what it was. Alicio Bishop.
That's his birth name. If you look it up, you're gonna find him. And that Joker, man. So you know about them being deported from Mexico. You know they in the United States.
Yeah, they had kicked them out of Mexico.
They kicked them out of Mexico. Girl, it was it was all on the Mexico.
I remember that. I remember when they put their asses off the plane. I remember all that. I remember when they put their asses off the plane. They said, you ain't bringing that ish here. I remember all
talking about they going back to the tropics.
This is
you
real,
better not take your tropics,
life.
better not cross the United States soil. That's all I'm sure.
Cedric, this is what I'm gonna have. I'm gonna have Miss Sislo, because I haven't followed Nature Boy in a long time, but I know there are some people who follow everything he does, and this is a real life cult leader who calls himself Christ, and he's black, and he has this village of people. Just like if y'all been watching Ruthless, which is the TV show that I do reviews on every week, it's similar to that. As far as
parallel,
parallel. It's parallel to that, as if the main thing that makes them almost really similar is because in Ruthless, the highest who is over the compound, he makes everybody who comes to their cult basically deplete all their bank accounts and give him the money so that he can take care of everybody in the compound. And Nature Boy is the same way. If you decide to join his cult, you have to deplete all your bank account. You have to give him all your money. Like, this is real life. Nature Boy is real life. And if y'all ain't heard about him, he been around for a very long time, and he be on social media all the time, and they always live talking about what they doing on their compound, tossing women around, all kind of. I mean, he up there getting everybody pregnant.
Listen, he
real life
with every person that come over there, every
new
person
women
sleeps with them, and some of the men.
Because he's bisexual, and he be giving them sister wives. It'd be like all these women he got in one house, And but Miss Sislo, I want you to send me the link, like the best link,
Okay.
so that I can start sharing it so people can know who this guy is.
No.
Because Ruthless is a TV show about cult activity, but
Well, you know what? They can see a lot of stuff on Carbonation TV.
that's right,
Or
Carbonation.
Yep, Carbonation TV, or I like the T. It's on YouTube. The T shows a lot of stuff. But dang, what was I about to say?
Yeah, Carbonation.
Something else. You were describing
like the money, or like
it was something when you were talking about, it was something how him and the show was.
Well, I was just saying they similar as far as like the money. Like
there was the money. It was
you don't accept nobody unless you got some money.
Yep, it was a sexual part of it.
He's a whore.
Oh, I was gonna say that he makes you denounce your family.
Yep, just like he did with Velvet.
He makes you denounce all of your family. You can no longer have touch with any of your family. You can't call nobody unless he lets you know. And then all your phone conversations he hears, you gonna get. He'll give you a phone, but he'll give you one of his phones.
Yeah,
and you are tapped in. He taps into everything. They also have your social media accounts are owned by him. He gives you a new name, a new identity.
Yeah.
He tells you what you like and what you
don't like. Life, y'all. So if y'all watch
who you sleeping with, who you gonna marry, and like if he put you with a man and y'all have built a relationship, y'all can be done had a baby and everything. But if he say you're my wife now, I'm taking you as my wife, that means you gotta leave the man that you was with as your husband.
Remember how sad that man was when he took that one girl?
Girl, yeah, and he got that dude. Girl, one of the dudes lost his man. The other dude, the other girl, he tried to make her lose her baby by jumping off of the waterfall. And when she didn't lose the baby, he sent her back to Jamaica. He sent her back home. The other girl was pregnant by the guy. He made her drink the tea. And they gave her an abortion, some type of abortion. Tea. Abortion is some herbal.
She had like a miscarriage. She had something. She had something.
Yeah, he gave her that tea, made her drink that. I can't think of the name of the tea now, but it's toxic. It won't kill you, but it make you have miscarriage.
It kill the baby. But a lot of people don't know about Nature Boy. We should do a show on Nature Boy.
Wait a minute.
People don't know about Nature Boy.
Right. But wait a minute. This last time that Velvet came back, no, this wasn't the last time she came because she left. Then she came back again. That the time she came back after she slept with Omac, she was pregnant. She was showing it everything. All of a sudden, she wasn't pregnant no more, girl. He made her drink that tea. You know why? You know why? Because she had sex with Omac, so he didn't know if that was his baby or Omac
or hers. Yep.
So he made it sound like a soap opera, you guys,
but it's real.
Oh, and the other thing I was gonna say is the only reason why I started following and watching after that is because I am in ministry. I want to educate people on occultic behaviors and things like that so that they won't get and how these behaviors can parallel with behaviors in some of the local churches.
Yep.
That's the reason why. But it started getting to the point to where I started like watching that stuff more than I was watching the preachers preach. I started getting to the point, no, seriously, to the point to where I hated this dude so bad that I began to love hating him. So I had to pull it back. So I stopped watching or following up with him. And so this last time when Velvet left, I didn't even know she was gone. I found out through the like grapevine kind of thing
Right,
by
right.
happenstance. But so yeah, but yeah, we got to do that one, honey,
Well,
because
that's
that
who Nature Boy is, because somebody said, "Who is Nature Boy?" And we just gave y'all
girl.
just a mini synopsis description of Nature Boy. But yes, Miss Sislo has been following
Let
Nature
me see if
Boy
I can drop
for a while.
thing
And
in
she
here.
knows a lot about him and his cult and the members and everything. And it's real. This is a real life cult. And that's one of the reasons why I review Ruthless, because this activity does happen. People don't think it happened. Like after Jim Jones and everybody drinking the Kool-Aid and that other dude, I can't remember the other dude's name. But yeah, after Jim Jones, when over 900 people died from drinking the Kool-Aid, people just automatically assume cults don't happen.
Which one you talking about? Dave, the Davidians?
Was it Dave?
But girl, wait a minute. There are some cults right now that are still alive and kicking, and those are like the one of the Mormons, the Latter-day Saints, gosh.
That's
it's
why
another,
I always, every
well,
time.
girl, and they are out in your way in Nebraska.
I know,
and
that's what I'm saying. That's why every time.
And girl, they own a whole city. Like, they got like a whole city on lock. They in the police department, girl, and then they have, some of them have, y'all, like 300 and some kids. They have 22 wives.
They be all in the hood. When I say they be all in the hood,
they be taking sisters as wives.
And they be walking around.
And then they turn around and their kids become their brother's wife. And it's crazy. And it's a show called Escaping Polygamy. You ever seen the show Escaping Polygamy? Girl.
It
was making me cry.
Utah, Idaho, Colorado, Wyoming, all up in that area. That stuff is real heavy. But here in Nebraska, they walk around all the time, especially in the summertime, and they have on white t-shirt, they have on white shirts, and they have on black suits. It could be 100 and hell.
Riding those bikes.
It could be 100 and hell outside, and they out there with these thick old Goodwill looking black suits with white shirts underneath and black shoes. I mean, and they looking like, I mean, they got like the crew haircuts, and they all look the same. And they walk up to you and they be like, "Hi, how are you? Can we please speak to you for a moment?" Like, they be talking like they're robotic and stuff. And I'm like, what the girl. So yeah, I do them just like I do the Jehovah's Witnesses. No, thank you. And they probably on the other side of the door talking about your half dead mother.
I can't with you. That's the link for Carbonation TV.
Okay, Miss Sislo put the link in the chat for the Carbonation for Nature Boy. So if y'all want any kind of information on Carbonation, she put their YouTube channel in the chat for Carbonation. And you can do your own research on Nature Boy. But one day, Miss Sislo and I are going to have a show on Nature Boy and his cult. You said those are cult people, Cedric. Cedric, shoot, you better, man. If you don't know, you better ask somebody. But anyhow, it's getting late, y'all. We about to get up off of here. We done talked about and discussed a lot of things, which is normal on Friday Night Live at the Hood Table. No topics off limit, no holds barred. Friday Night Live. I enjoyed it. I had fun. I hope Miss Sislo, I'm sure she had fun kicking it with us tonight, as we always do. And I don't think I have any shows or interviews or anything coming up anytime soon. So for the next week, I'll probably just doing some TV show reviews. I'm gonna check out a few things on Netflix, a few things on Hulu, find some interesting shows to review or promote. And other than that, I'll be working my butt up. Oh yeah, and I do got to get in bed early. I have a cake order due at noon, and I have another one due at 2. So yes, I need to get my butt into the bed. But everybody, thanks for tuning in tonight. Make sure you like the video, share the video, support the channel. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Miss Sislo, did you put your link in the chat for your own personal group?
No, but I will.
Yeah, put your link in the chat for your own YouTube channel.
I forgot about me.
It's okay. You know how we do over here.
Okay, let me find it real quick. But I enjoy being with you all tonight.
Thank you. And I'm glad you tuned in last night. Like I told everybody, our last 3 interviews have been lit. Like lit. If you haven't watched our last 3 interviews on church hurt and spiritual abuse.
Right. It was real good. It was really good.
Y'all have to go through the videos, the videos, as Brother Jay like to call it, the videos. And check out the interviews that we've been doing over the last week or so on church hurt and spiritual abuse. Also, I did say I was gonna drop my hold up.
Boy, if you don't be what?
I say I was gonna drop my
I'm coming.
my line dance instructor's YouTube channel link. I told her I was gonna start promoting her channel for our hip hop line dance team in my chats. So while you looking for your link for your channel, you just hit your link in. So Miss Sislo Newsworthy Update, she just put her YouTube channel link in there. Please join her channel. She has a really nice YouTube channel. The link that I'm putting in here right now, the link that I just put in there right now is to my dance instructor. I've been uploading and going live at a few of our hip-hop line dance classes. We are a step above the rest, hip-hop line dancers. We've been around for over 10 years. We travel all over. We perform all over, from the summer parades to weddings, anniversaries, talent shows, fashion shows, all over. Step conventions, line dance conventions. Yeah, we do all that. And so I've been uploading a few of our videos lately. A lot of people know I dance or have been dancing for a long time, but anywho. So my lately I've been helping my line dance instructor with her YouTube channel, because for some reason her old YouTube channel, she can't get back in it. So we're trying to support her new YouTube channel. So the link that I just posted in there is to Wendy Jones, and she is the instructor of our YouTube channel. So please, especially if you love line dancing, we literally have well over 700 dance routines. Well over. We've been together over 10 years. So we have well over 700 step, hip hop, line dance routines. All the popular dances, ones we create by ourselves. And just support if you like, especially if you like line dancing. So and like to learn different steps, stuff like that. But anywho, yes. So and then Miss Sislo, she put her information in there for her channel information and for her YouTube channel. So support her as well. She is one of my moderators, and like I said, she has a really nice YouTube channel. So support her as well. And on that note, you guys, stay safe. Be blessed. Make sure. Yes. And make sure, we have said in the beginning of the show that our co-host, Carmel Diva, she just lost somebody really close to her and her family from the Rona. So you guys out there, when I say stay healthy, I literally mean that. And I'm just not saying it, but really try to stay healthy. Just because they're opening our cities back up don't mean just run your butt out there without your mask, without your gloves, without always using hand sanitizer. I mean, it's still real out there. People are still dying out there. So just because your governor says or your mayor says it's cool, go back out to the restaurants, go back to the nail salons, the hair salons, the barbershops. You still have to be careful out there. Like we really do. We really have to be careful out there because people are still losing people to this deadly virus. So when I say stay healthy, I really mean be vigilant. Be vigilant, okay? So on that note, we about to get out of here. Hey.
You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system for your glass a little. Expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might crash a little. Get addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited, bet your friends watching. In the house ain't the job parking lot before you clock it out. Wanna miss a second of this HD content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn you back and tell you sorry, try again. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix,
You don't need cable. All right, everybody. Y'all have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful weekend. I don't know when I'm gonna see y'all again, but I out. Deuces.